Hey guys, J19 brought to you another video, and today we're going to be discussing. There's a big state of play going to be coming within a couple days. It's just kind of out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting this. I want to go through what this means for what Jeff Grubb had to say, and among other stuff with this content here. I also want to talk about in today's podcast about the Resident Evil Rec Room stuff I've been hearing about. Talk about the PAX West, which I didn't figure it was gonna get a whole lot of there as a whole lot of like nothing burger, like just rehashing things where I know they're telling people that probably are new to Resident Evil Rec Room, like they may have saw the trailer, but they're not like they're just casual players that showed up at the PAX West and say, "Hey, what's Capcom Resident Evil? What's this Resident Evil Rec Room about?" So we're gonna talk about that. Talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 stuff a little bit, just games overall. What I'm hearing, what I want to talk about in today's video. So if you guys appreciate just like an open-minded podcast about games, about news and stuff I've been hearing about, stuff I'm interested in, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay notified when I upload these type of videos. And with that said, let's switch gears. I want to read about the state of play. It's going to be happening this Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which, by the way, I will be reacting to that, so stay tuned to that. So with that said, let's switch over to my other scene here, and let's get the reading. Okay, we got the State of Play presents 007 First Light gameplay deep dive on September 3rd. Now, what does this mean for the Jeff Grubb deal? Let's go over that real quick. I know he said there's going to be like a PlayStation showcase, like a State of Play, but he's leaning more on like the smaller scale, like State of Play, which kind of makes sense. Like PlayStation hasn't had like a big, massive showcase in September since like 2021. So I don't expect them to have like a big, huge PlayStation showcase, but this ain't the state of play that Jeff Grubb was talking about. He's been right a lot of times for these recent PlayStation events. Like, just he's not expecting big, heavy hitters at this next state of play, next event with PlayStation. But I'm gonna say it's gonna have some partners. It's gonna have some like Japanese focused games. So I expect like maybe Capcom might have a trailer or two there, may just help kick things off. Or they're gonna be at TGS like massively, like they're gonna be there talking about their big upcoming games in 2026 and beyond. Yeah, I hopefully some more on Monster Hunter Wilds as well, because I'm interested in that. I still gotta go back and hunt those 9-star hunts. I don't have a squad anymore, so I'm trying to find people to play with, and I might just do randoms and hopefully they don't die. That's gonna be fun. Anyways, what do I expect to see at the upcoming state of play and possibly the end of the month here? I expected maybe like Capcom show off some stuff like I just said. Maybe Square Enix has like a launch trailer for Final Fantasy Tactics, but I know a lot of people are saying this is not going to happen. But if Square Enix's Creative Business Unit 1 is ready to even reveal Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, this would be where they're going to do it. They can have like a nice review trailer here, and then at Tokyo Game Show, they can talk more about it, right? They'll have probably like a panel. They can probably show off that trailer again and talk a little bit more. We might get some like details from the devs. Then, I think that's the state of play. Not this one here I'm about ready to read, but the one we're going to get for the PlayStation State of Play or even a PlayStation Showcase. Hopefully Jeff Grubb's wrong about it's going to be like a smaller scale, he thinks, but he did say a PlayStation Showcase or a State of Play, but he's leaning more towards a State of Play, which either or is fine to me. I think Part 3 could be revealed here. Everybody says no, they got a Market Tactics remaster, but if you guys think about it, didn't Square also like announce like many big titles? Like, it doesn't matter, like Final Fantasy 16's marketing was like kicking off strong, like it's almost released, and you know what they did in June of that year, or I think in July, actually they had the event in July, but they started talking about a little bit about Part 3, like, hey, expect some information later on this year. And yeah, it doesn't matter if Final Fantasy 16 was coming out that year, they still want to talk about Rebirth, like Part 2. What's going to stop them from having like just a review trailer? I still think that they are going to show something off before the end of the year. I know a lot of people are saying the Game Awards, which it makes a lot of sense, but it's a lot of games there, a lot of rewards and stuff for that. Like, it might get lost in the whole thing. It's big, trust me. Like, Game Awards is great to announce big games, but I think that if Sony really wants to start marketing like the second half of the PlayStation 5 era, like the 2026 and 2027 at least, let's face it. After Ghost of Yote, after like we get all these big games coming out like between September and like November, what's left, right? You got Tolkien, you got not Final Fantasy, but you got like they do have Wolverine in the works. They do have like Saros is supposed to get some kind of gameplay. Like, yeah, I think if Saros is going to get gameplay footage, it's either at Game Awards or it's going to be at this State of Play, I think, towards the end of this month. Because I don't think you want to show off game. I mean, it's a big reveal, like, from Housemarque. A lot of people loved how that game turned out, like, for Returnal. So, everybody's interested in Saros. Like, they said it's going to have gameplay later on this year. And, like, even, like, Naughty Dog's, like, voice actors and they even have information about, you know, stuff being leaked out about Intergalactic. So like, and Wolverine is also like their next big title, right? Because they had that physical report you guys all saw a while back. Like, we got things coming. We got things that need to be discussed and like the State of Play. And I think back to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, since a lot of people probably think, well, Square wants to be more like just independent, they don't rely on time exclusive deals, but here's the truth. Here's the fact that people forget. Back when Square and Sony made that deal about the FF7 Remake Part 3, I mean not Remake Part 3, but FF7R, right? Final Fantasy VII played first on PlayStation. That was a announcement by Sony themselves that, hey, you're gonna play this game first on PlayStation. Back then, in the talks, when they had talks with Square Enix, they probably signed a big contract, which, guess what, guys? The Rebirth, was it released on multiple platforms at launch? No. It was actually a time-exclusive deal for 3 months. Heck, shoot, even Remake was supposed to be just for a year, and they extended it, right? I mean, it wasn't like quite a year, but yeah, the year, and they extended it for a little bit because of integrate. So, like, I'm telling you, I think State of Play would be perfect, right? It'd be one of those big games that they announce for being a partner. I think it's a great way to announce that. Everybody's wondering, well, maybe they'll have Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe they'll have like Final Fantasy IX Remake. Again, those would be cool too, but I think FF7 being close, like this close with PlayStation, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to announce that, because if the game is on pace with Rebirth's development, like they are like a year and a half out from this game being done, and it's a perfect time to announce this game. It's a perfect time to, especially at State of Play, like you have ties with PlayStation still yet. It's gonna be a time exclusive deal. That's what I'm trying to get to, and I think that we need to be ready for it. I think people want to play Part 3. Either you're gonna wait like 6 to 8 months after PS5 gets it, or you're just gonna have to just get PlayStation 5 and play it. I mean, it's not going to release on multiple platforms at once. Now, granted, Hamaguchi, Kitase, and them have confirmed that have information on the remake series for the Switch 2 and the Xbox series, right? That's just confirmation to say, hey, eventually all those games will come. Why do you think remake is coming to the Switch 2 and the Xbox series, right? Because they're starting to want to start making games, releasing games on multiple platforms, because those time exclusive deals are done. Part 3 still hasn't came out yet. That's still going to have a time exclusive deal for a short time. So we need to just be ready for it. I think it's going to happen at that State of Play. So anyways, I know I'm off the rails with this. So I want to talk about that State of Play, what I expect to see there. We're going to see a little bit bigger games there, but this here, it's just strictly for 007 First Light gameplay. It's going to be 30 minutes long, and I definitely go through this website here. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for letting me ramble on about my passion for video games. And it's fun to do these podcasts again, because it's been so long since I've done the last one. And I hope if these start catch fire and you guys enjoy these ones, I might do more podcasts where I just sit here and just chit-chat about video games as a whole. Because I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of games. I got Dying Light the Beast this month. I got Borderlands 4. I'm trying to go through Borderlands 3, but the story's a slog. I don't really care for it. And I got Ghost of Yote, I got Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster I'm got in store as well. Like, I got 4 big games coming, like, within a month of each other. It's like so much to do. But anyways, let's get through this PlayStation blog before I lose my voice, and let's see what this says. All right, deep dive gameplay, gameplay deep dive on September 3rd. So it's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. I can react to this live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When it's 5 o'clock, I'm too busy. I'm like making dinner and doing real life stuff. So 11 a.m. PT Pacific Standard Time, or 8 p.m. CEST, excuse me. Tune in for over 30 minutes of doubles agent action with IO Interactive at 11 p.m. Yada yada. So cool. I'm looking forward to this. I prepare for a deep dive on 007 First Light. During this special state of play, the development team at IO Interactive declassifies new gameplay on James Bond upcoming espionage action adventure thrill ride. Catch the show live on PlayStation's Twitch and YouTube channels on September 3rd. You guys know the time. And back at June State of Play, we unrevealed the game's review trailer, offering a first look at IO Interactive's unique take on Bond. In this upcoming State of Play, tune in for over 30 minutes of gameplay, featuring a playthrough of Bond's first mission as M16's recruit. The action includes everything from high-speed car chases to on-foot stealth sequence and shootouts. Stay tuned after the playthrough for insights from IO Interactive on the intense espionage gameplay. I can't wait, guys. I cannot wait for all this stuff. So this is great. I think this is going to be a state of play I'm really going to be digging into, because let's face it, I love 007. If you guys don't know who I am, like, I love all the films I watched back in the day, and even the recent ones. I haven't watched all of them. I think it's like 1 or 2 of the newest ones by Daniel Craig I haven't seen. And apparently they're looking for like a new Bond, like a new actor to take over Bond. So we'll see how that goes. But it hasn't been the same since Pierce Brosnan left. Like, I miss the guy. Like, I think he wanted to come back for one more after Die Another Day, and they turned him down. So I don't know what the ordeal was. Maybe just he's getting too old. Maybe they want to find someone fresh, someone new. So Daniel Craig is the guy. So he's not bad. I appreciate his hard work. He does play at Bond pretty well. He's just not the greatest Bond of all time, right? So I'm looking forward to this, right? Looking forward to First Light. I love the review trailer, a little bit of gameplay they showed. But this is a deep dive we always need. So I'm looking forward to it. So hang on a second. Anyways, that's gonna be great. I had to get a drink of water. That's what happens when you record podcasts and I don't have an editor. So, anyways, this is gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be something we're gonna be happy about. So I'm super glad about that. So let's go back to this picture, and we're just gonna talk for a little bit. I'm looking forward to this. It's definitely gonna be fun. I know it's not the state of play that everybody's, oh man, this ain't the state of play I want. Like, where's the big state of play that Jeff Grubb talking about? Well, I just told you guys why. That state of play, he said, is going to be towards the end of the month. Sony always does this, where they'll do like a state of play for, like, they did it for like Ghost of Yote, right? And they also did for, like, they had a state of play back in like February of, no, it's like, yeah, it's like February, it's like early stage of February or late January 2024, and they had a state of play, and me and some others are getting excited. It's like, oh boy, we're gonna get the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, like we're gonna get the a true trailer there and stuff like that, and it never showed up. But towards the end they showed, oh, we're gonna have another state of play focusing on FF7 Rebirth, and it's like, whoa, what? That's surprising. But this is not different. This is not like anything new. Sony does do this before. They've done it with like having state of play focusing on just one game. They might have once in a while they'll have like if they want to squeeze something in, like an indie title or something in the very beginning. I don't expect much of that nature. It's gonna be all focusing on a 7. This is great. I love PlayStation when they do this. They give like games developers in their games like a spotlight to showcase some things. I know a lot of people are not happy about that. They want to see like all the big PlayStation Studio games. They want to play. They want to see other games. A lot of people probably gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not interested in this game. I'm not like I want to see the games I'm interested in." This is cool. I like to see PlayStation. I like to see other games, game developers and companies. Even Nintendo does that, right? Nintendo does their own like Nintendo Direct and be like, "This is all focused on our first party game here. It's all focused on this game, or it's gonna be our partners, right?" That's what I like about games like that. Even Xbox Showcase has been pretty good so far. Other than the way they handled like the showcase spotlight thing for like Gamescom, I wasn't pleased how like they just went on and on about games a little too long. But some games on there is like, whoa, I gotta be interested in that. But yeah, I'm so interested in this, and I can't wait for more on a future state of play later on this month. Busy month for gaming, man. And there's a lot of information to cover for Resident Evil Requiem as well, or RE9. I was gonna make a separate video, but I decided to just put this in this podcast as well. So if you guys are looking for more like a heavily focused RE9 video, I'm sorry, but it's just with time restraint, especially with this coming up now. I got to just focus on making this podcast here and talk about other information as well. So talking about Resident Evil Requiem, I'm gonna talk about I didn't watch the Gamescom, or not Gamescom. I watched Gamescom stuff, like demo. I already talked about the demo, and they went through information on that part. But there's been information on RE9 I haven't really talked about yet. And I want to talk about the PAX West a little bit. I didn't watch the whole show. I didn't even watch the show, to be honest. Is I looked and see, okay, did it show anything interesting for me to catch to watch? Silly me, right? Could have just watched the whole event and watched it live. Again, like they heavily focused on like Pragmata, which I'm interested in that game. I haven't really been checking things out, and I haven't been talking about that on my channel much because I need to get the demo in my hands to really play it. But I'm kind of intrigued to see what it is. Like a lot of people are mind blown by that game, how the game is great. Animusha, like I still need to watch like that 10-minute showcase they showed off. Was about a few weeks ago. They showed that off a few days ago, like 10 minutes on their YouTube channel. I need to check that out. Check out what other people had to say about Onimusha. But I already know what Onimusha is really about. Like it's like a hack and slash, not Souls-like. If you play the older Onimusha games, it's gonna be similar to this. Like the enemies are gonna be like talking a lot of smack, and it seemed like the character they chose for Onimusha Way of the Sword, I thought it's interesting. I really like his dynamic, his characterization so far. So there's that. But Resident Evil Requiem, I thought they're going to show off maybe some new scenes, maybe talk about some new stuff, but they didn't really talk a whole lot about stuff. Just rehashing about how this is a survival horror with some high-stake cinematic action. I think they talked about the demo a little bit that people got to get to play. They showed off like an image before and after. Like that thing was packed full. Like so, everybody at PAX West really want to check out RE9. So the hype is real. The hype is there. But wasn't really anything new. I mean, the only thing they really talked about was kind of new. Is like Grace's character a little bit. Like I get it. She works for the FBI. She has that fearing like characterization. Personality, so she does get scared a lot. I mean, she's probably in her 20s. I mean, she's not 30s or 40s, like a hardened vet of the Resident Evil. Like she's new to this. Like, yeah, she's got FBI training and stuff like that, and of course she's Alyssa's daughter, right? But you can definitely tell that she's not into this, used to this stuff, where she's being chased by a 10-foot stalker hag type looking thing. Looks kind of like her mother. We'll talk about that more. But yeah, other than that, it's like they did tease a little bit. Like there's more to come, and like some interesting things that surely fans are gonna love. Like they're slowly teasing and they're basically just about confirming that there's a second playable character, or a really highly character that people are gonna love, like fans gonna like go nuts over. And even before the IGN interview, whoever it was, they automatically said, "Hey, look, don't ask anything about Leon S. Kennedy. Like, don't ask questions about him. We're not gonna talk about him." So to me, that just basically says, "Hey, he's confirming the game. We're not ready to talk about him yet." So there you go, folks. I think Leon Kennedy is gonna be in the game. Am I happy about it? Yeah, I love Leon Kennedy. I think he grew on me in RE4 Remake. I love his grounded personality they gave him. He's a badass. Um, I'm looking forward to see how he fits in this game. Coming back to Raccoon City, and another big thing too is like they said we got lots more to show you. Like it's gonna be a lot more high tense, like horror, survival horror stuff we haven't seen yet. Like it's just like the tip of the iceberg. Like they got a lot to show, and they got a lot of like locations that we're gonna be exploring outside of Raccoon City. Like how much stuff we're gonna go in this game? Like I thought Raccoon City is like gonna be a big explorable area, and that's it. We just got the hotel and the hospital that Grace is gonna be in. But no, apparently it's gonna be big. It's gonna be bigger than we think. Where else are we gonna go visit? I'm not sure. I'm not a big Resident Evil junkie, so I don't know what other areas they could visit. I mean, maybe we'll stumble upon like what's left of the Spencer Mansion, but we already know that that blew up. That's gone. Um, Raccoon City, we saw a glimpse of that. Right, it's all like destroyed. There's some cities, towers and stuff still standing. Like even the what's left of the Raccoon City, like police department. Like I guess you're gonna be there too. So there's a guy like he's like stay away from her. He's choking to death. Um, and it's gonna be like the high stakes cinema action. Like a lot of people think it's just gonna be oh no, it's like Grace is just a scared little girl, and it's just gonna be like a walking simulator. You gotta hide and seek with the stalker, and it's gonna be like Alien Isolation all over again. This ain't my Resident Evil game. And trust me, folks, you have not seen anything yet. I think they're just holding back so much that we're gonna get some more stuff at Tokyo Game Show. And let's not forget, they're also gonna be at Comic Con in New York in October. So they got a 90-minute presentation there as well. They're gonna be at Tokyo Game Show. They're gonna show off all their games pretty much, and I'm excited about that. And I want to see more on Monster Hunter Wilds, like because I speak about Monster Hunter Wilds because they did say in the PAX West that they do have like special collaboration later on, like later down the road. And my mind immediately just flashed forward to they are definitely gonna do this. I'm banking on this one. Is Resident Evil 9 or Requiem is going to have a crossover with Monster Hunter Wilds. Is it going to be in the winter title update? Probably not. I think it's probably going to be, they're probably going to save it probably for one of the first updates of the Master Rank expansion. Or they could just say, you know what, we're going to do expansion on the base game for a little while longer until I get done with the expansion. I don't know. But I think the collaboration is going to be Resident Evil 9 with Monster Hunter Wilds. It makes a lot of sense. They're going to be hyping that up while hyping up Wilds content. It makes a lot of sense. They did it with RE2 Remake back in 2019 when they talked about, yeah, so 2019 we had Iceborne expansion. And guess what came out that year? 2019 and January we had RE2 Remake come out. And what happened later on that year, like towards like fall? I think fall we got the Resident Evil 2 Remake collaboration with Monster Hunter World Iceborne, excuse me. And I definitely see them doing that. So, as far as Resident Evil 9 stuff, like, there's not a whole lot to go over. It's just a few slight new stuff. They did confirm that the head stalker is not Lisa, right? Lisa, right? That's not her. They used her sound. Like they use like the sound effects of her like her growls and stuff like that. They use that for like just placeholder. They're gonna make the stalker sound completely different when the game is completely done. Right now they use that as let's just throw that in for now. We don't have a voice ready for it, which is kind of weird. I thought maybe they'll have like a new stuff, but apparently it threw fans off off the rails, and they thought that's confirmation it's gonna be Lisa, and the devs had to come in and say, hey, wait a minute, that's not Lisa. That's just we use a soundbite from Lisa from RE1 remaster, whatever. We use that for the RE9 Stalker Hag just for now, right? But that just confirms to me that Alyssa Hashgraph has been like experimented on, and she's the Hag Stalker. And as far as the Hag Stalker, I saw the ending of the demo, and not a lot of people posting it. Like they had to cut it off, but some people did play until the very end and recorded it. I don't know how they did that without like Capcom being like, "No, don't even dare try to record this." But apparently they did. They recorded the ending of that demo, and as Grace Ashcroft is crawling away, I talked about this before. Something caught my attention when the cat creature grabbed a hold of her. Like it launched out in the big open area. Like you see it, like it's playing something in the background. If you get close to the gate, if you stand there, and the light is affecting her. Like her face is like boiling or bubbling, and it got me thinking. I wonder if this stalker is gonna transform throughout the game. It's gonna get more grotesque. It's gonna get more scary. And it's gonna get to the point where you think that Hag Stalker thing in the very beginning of the game is scary. Wait until you get her like ultimate form, which is chasing down the hallways, and you gotta hurry up, get the heck out of there, and you gotta fight her in the end. I think she's gonna be one of those big, massive boss fights at the end. That's what I'm thinking. It could be completely wrong. Maybe she's just a stalker that you get away. Maybe you do fight her and you get away, and it's like, whew, I'm safe now. And she's stuck there. So, well, we'll see. We'll see how they handle it. But I think she's gonna grow into something grotesque and big, to a point where you're gonna have to fight her as a big boss. Well, we get the confirmation about who this main antagonist is. That I'm pretty sure gonna fight him as the main bad guy, the big baddest boss of them all. But I think the Hag creature is gonna be like the second last boss. As a big grotesque looking thing. It's gonna be amazing. I can't like describe what this thing's gonna look like, but it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be horrifying. They really want people to be horrified in this game, but they also said it's gonna be closer to like RE2 and RE7 type of survival horror, and like the horrifying aspects, not like RE4 remake or RE8. Like that's more action heavy. But they do want to make sure that people ain't going to be terrified forever in the game. They do want to give players a leeway in a little bit, but keep them on their toes. Like, you think you're safe, maybe for now, but not for long, right? It's going to be intense, horrifying sequences. You're going to have some high-stakes cinematic action. So, I think the high-stakes cinematic action is definitely going to be Leon. I wonder if we're going to get any more returning characters. Maybe just like, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. Some people did mention maybe Kevin from, I forgot where Resident Evil he's from, but I remember watching a video and they talked about Kevin. I think he's from Outbreak, maybe? I think he has relations with Alyssa. Not relationship, but he's related to her in a story, like lore, right? And I watched a video about Alyssa's backstory about her being a reporter, and I'm not gonna go through all that. It's just like it's interesting to see. A lot of people I think it's gonna be as well, where they even confirmed that Chris Redfield's not in this game, right? They said he's busy. He's somewhere in the world. He's taking care of things. Right? We're not focusing on him. So that means the storyline of what Chris Redfield's doing for the BSSA, the Blue Umbrella, they're saving that for later, way later. That's not going to be an RE9 related thing. Which a lot of people are probably happy. A lot of people don't want to see Chris again because he's been in so many Resident Evil games. He's kind of like Leon. Leon gets a lot of hate too in the Resident Evil Twitter community. I found out. It's like, wow, you guys really hate this guy? It's like, he's cool. I think he's awesome. He grew on me in Resident Evil 4. Like, I wasn't like his biggest fan. But as soon as I like played RE4 remakes, like, oh yeah, I like Leon a lot. Chris is number one for me. I like Jill too. Claire's awesome. But Grace, I think Grace Ashcroft could be a character that people are gonna love. I think because since she's like the daughter of like a famous Resident Evil character, I think there's gonna be a good thing for her for players to fall in love with this character. I think a lot of people need to settle down on the whole demo aspects of the RE9. Like, just saying, that's not going to be all, guys. We're not going to be stalked by a stalker forever. And you just know there's no safe room. I do think that there's going to be some safe rooms we think is safe, but maybe the lights blow out or something bad happens where maybe she just, like, bursts through the wall and, like, the power goes off. I mean, then you're like, uh-oh, I better get the hell out of here, you know? Something like that. I think that we got some stuff in store that we have not seen yet. And I think the next trailer we see, it's going to be, like, more, like, later on in the game. I think we're going to see a lot of story set, action set pieces that we're going to be like, holy cow, like, what in the world am I looking at? It's going to be something to get people really talking, because it's good that they're taking it slow. It's like just the first few minutes to like an hour of the game they've shown off so far, and like people just need to relax a little bit and let Capcom cook. They've been cooking in the last 8-9 years, and with them having so many games coming out, and they got Monster Hunter Wilds going to keep getting updated. Like, it seems like every week they got a new, like, they're taking the feedback of people that are complaining about this and that and the other thing. Like, they added in like 9-star monster hunts. You get 8 of the apexes to get the hunt, and they're level 9 stars. They're not easy. Like, I fought 8-star ones that tempered, and they kicked my butt. And a lot of people want it harder. It's like, this is just a base game. Like, the expansion of Monster Hunter Wilds is going to be even harder. I think they're saving a lot of their eggs for the basket for that. But this is a great start. I love what the Capcom's doing. They've been cooking a lot. Like I said, Monster Hunter Wilds. They got Onimusha, Pragmata, Resident Evil Requiem. They got some other big games coming. It's like, wow, Capcom, you are firing all cylinders right now. And you love to see that. You love to see a company just like, hey, we're confident at work. We got like 3 or 4 games where we definitely want to keep showing you guys updates and get ready to get hyped for them. And so I'm definitely interested in seeing how everything plays out. I definitely want to see more on Pragmata. Like, I do need to watch more about that and Onimusha, but Onimusha, I know all about it. Like, I'm interested in it regardless. I love Onimusha 3. It's one of my favorites. I think I played 1 and 2 a little bit as a kid, but 3 really stuck out to me, and I'm glad Onimusha is back. Pragmata, like I said, I'm interested in it. I need to get a demo and play it myself. I'm not going to be like, oh, day one. I thought about just getting it regardless. It's Capcom. I'm going to hold off a little bit. I know a lot of people are hyped for it, but if I'm constantly, like, battling and like, I got to, like, use both sides of my brain while trying to concentrate on the action and dodging and stuff like that while I'm solving puzzles on the right side of the screen, that could be intense. Even Max Dude, with shout out to him, he loves that game now. He was at the PAX West and he like defeated the boss in front of everybody. Like he nailed it. Like he killed it. Like people are just like, wow. Like, because Max is now like he's sold on the game so much that, and that's cool. Like, but I also need to get in my hands and try it, because game looks great. I'm interested, but it's like, that's the type of combat, the gameplay. I'm kind of like, I need to see that to myself. I definitely need to see that for myself. So, anyways, I definitely looking forward to it. I definitely want to see more on these games. I'm looking forward to State of Play here. I'm looking forward to possibly seeing FF7 Remake Part 3 at the State of Play, or even Tokyo Game Show. I mean, the Game Awards is fine, but really, it's like, if you're pushing a Remake Part 3 to like end of the year for a review, like, that's all fine and dandy, but then you leave yourself about a 6 to 7 month marketing cushion if you want to get the game out in 2027, because Hamaguchi or Katase, it could be both. They just say they want Part 3 out in like 3 years. That's their goal. Get out in 3 years. They don't want to be on this project for any longer than they have to. Not because they don't want to be on there. It's just, like I said in my other Final Fantasy videos, they are getting older. Like, Hamaguchi's going to be, by the time this game comes out, he's going to be in his early 40s. He's probably started on this project back when he's like early 30s, maybe upper 20s. Like, he's been on the project for a while. Like, you know, he'll be pushing low 40s when this project's done. Katase's in his 50s. Nomura's in his 50s. like Nobuo, like Nojima, right? They're probably in their 50s and 60s now. It's like they're not getting younger. I know they got the other composer. Sorry, I forgot his name, but you guys know who he is. He's got incredible music for FF7R trilogy so far. He's been nailing it, and I hope we get some on part 3 before the end of the year, because it tells me that they do want to get this game out in 2027. The reason why I say that, because if you guys probably don't know, 2027 is the celebration of 3 major FF7 or Final Fantasy milestones, and I'll tell you what they are. The first biggest one is Final Fantasy is going to be celebrating its 40th anniversary in 2027. 40th. That's amazing. That's amazing. Like, to be around for 40 years, that's incredible for just a franchise. Like, that alone will be like, yeah, they're going to have some major Final Fantasy games out that year. At least Remake Part 3 be incredible. Now, what about the FF7 milestones I talked about? Final Fantasy VII OG, the one that came out in 1997, will be celebrating a 30th anniversary of it being released. So that's a major milestone. What a better way to celebrate that alone with FF7R3, right? Part 3. Now, what's the other FF7 one? Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 will be 7 years old by then. It'll be the 7th anniversary. So you got 7, FF7, the 7th year anniversary. You got the 30th anniversary of FF7, and you got the 40th anniversary of Final Fantasy that year. Like, it is going to be nuts. It's going to be insane. I think that's their goal. And if you want to reach your goal, you got to review this game this year, because you're leaving yourself very heavily hurting if you're trying to reach like before the next physical year starts. Not this coming up physical year, but the following. If you want to get it out, you got to get the game out before April. So you're talking about between January and March, and then March for Part 3 to be out in 2027 in that physical year. Because if they go after April, then they're going to be having that on their next physical year. If they don't have anything big coming in 2026 and 2027, that stretch, that physical year, then guess what you're going to have? They're not going to have many sales. So I think they're going to need something to come out to help cover the cost, help cover like revenues, right? So Part 3, I think Part 3 is going to sell well. I think that's a game that's going to be doing extremely well. I think a lot of people will jump on board then, because remember, there's a lot of players out there that say, I am not buying any of these Final Fantasy VII games until they are all out. And guess what? I think a lot of players, I don't know how many there are going to be, but there's going to be a lot of players out there are going to, you know what Square's going to do? You guys know me. They're going to release an ultimate package, a triple pack, or whatever they're going to call it. And they're going to say, hey, look, you get all 3 titles for one big bang price and enjoy the journey. That's going to be, you're talking, if you do everything in each game, you're talking about 250 hours plus. The 100% every single one. It depends how skilled you are, because Remake, like the platinum it, like get the 100%, you got to do a couple playthroughs of that, at least 3. If you do that, then you're talking about what? I think a lot of people say about like 70 hours for them platinum it. I know somebody's done some speed run, like they speed ran it. That's for like skipping all the cutscenes, but like a casual player that would just want 100% each one, like do everything each game, not like platinum it. You're talking about 50, 60 hours for Remake, Part Rebirth. Like if you did almost everything in the game, like a lot of people like clocked at like 120, 130 hours or more. If you want to get 100%, like it's like 150 hours. And then if you want the platinum for each those 2 games, you're talking about 70 for the first game, 70, 80. Then you're talking about the second game is about 150 to 200 hours of platinum that game. And Part 3 is going to have a lot of story moments in it. It's going to have a lot of big, it's the full world you're going to be in. And that game, that could be another 100-hour experience. You're talking, like I say, you're talking about 250 or more hours for all 3 games. If you get like, let's say you get all 3 games for like, let's just say $120. You get 3 games, you get the whole expansion for the $100, $120. I think that's great. I think that's what Square Enix is going to do. Like, mark my words, they did a twin pack, which if you bought the twin pack, that's great because you get both games for the price of one. I think that's fantastic. And I think they're going to do the same thing. And you're going to see a lot of players that are waiting for the whole thing to come out. They're just going to buy outright and just say, I'll enjoy my whole journey. They'll probably do like a whole playthrough of that and just like, they'll be done like a month, maybe a couple months. They'll get through each game. Like, it's going to be a fun time. I think that's what they're going to do. So, to me, I know a lot of people still saying it's too early, but if you guys look at Rebirth, like, it got revealed like, what, exactly a year after Integrate came out? And it's like a couple years after, yeah, it's like a couple years after Remake came out. This Remake came out 2020 in April 10th, I believe. Yeah, April 10th, 2020 Remake came out. Integrate came out June 11th, I would say, in 2021. And then in 2022, I think in July, they had the, was it June or July? They had the 25th anniversary of FF7, and they revealed Rebirth, right? And then a year after that, they did the full, like, gameplay show, gameplay trailer. And at TGS, they had the full-blown, like, people had, like, previews on hands-on impressions. They had the Tokyo Game Show part. Like, they show off like a good half hour of gameplay of them exploring the world. And people think it's too early. If it's still on par, like, we should be getting the same thing. We should be getting a review this year. We should get gameplay next year around summer, like Summer Games Fest. We'll probably get the hands-on impressions in like fall, like Tokyo Game Show. And we'll probably get another trailer towards like December, January. And we're talking about February, March. The game should be coming out in 2027. So that's just me. I'm going to leave it at that with Final Fantasy VII talk. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 9. I'm looking forward to First Light 007. I'm looking forward to many other games I talked about today. I know it's been a long podcast. I hope you guys give this one a chance. If you guys are watching this all the way through, I appreciate you guys. Maybe you guys are watching this on your break at work, maybe during in between classes, or if you're at home, just want to chill and just listen to me blab about upcoming games, how excited I am. I definitely am looking forward to. I got less than 2 weeks. I got Borderlands 4, and that reminds me, I got to get Borderlands 3 done. Like I said earlier in this podcast. And then a week after is like Dying Light the Beast, which, by the way, I am going to be streaming that. I'm streaming Dying Light the Beast on Twitch. I'm definitely going to have to work on my layouts too. So I got some stuff I need to get done here. And like I said, I'll have the 007 First Light reaction up live. I'm just going to record it and I'll upload it to YouTube. But anyways, I'm excited about all these games. We got a lot of games coming up. And shoot, that's not including Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection. Like, I'm interested in getting that. I got that pre-order as well. Like, yeah. So many games to play. Not enough time. But I'm excited. It's a good, exciting time for gaming. I hope that Sony does give us some information on their first-party games, because outside Ghost of Yotei and Tokan they've been talking about too, which just seems pretty interesting. I'm interested in that. They just don't have a lot of information out for a lot of other first-party games. They've been so busy. I mean, like Santa Monica's teasing some stuff. Like they got, that's another thing too I want to talk about. Like Cory Barlog and them, they want to talk about their game later on this year. Like, is that gonna be a game? Is that gonna be at Game Awards? Or is that gonna be a state of play? If they got Sorrow's gameplay and like Intergalactus got some stuff coming, and it like Cory Barlog is ready to talk about his game later in this year. Like he even had an interview I posted on my Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, Sony's got stuff cooking. They got possibly three things they could show off. Like maybe we'll finally get an update on Wolverine. I hope so. That'd be amazing. With that said, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I'm starting to lose my voice. My voice is starting to get, my throat's starting to get really dry. I could chug some water and keep talking, but you guys heard me blab enough. I'm just super excited about all these games, And looking forward to the State of Play this Wednesday. And yeah, we'll get another PlayStation event later on this month, so everybody needs to calm down on that. I'm looking forward to this. And I'll have my reaction out Wednesday. I'm going to upload this podcast thing today, get you guys something to watch, and appreciate all the love and support. We're at 314 subscribers. And it's been super hectic. That's why I put this in a podcast form. It's just like between living where I'm at, and being busy, and it's just like, and I got all this gaming content coming out. It's like, let's just do a podcast, talk about everything I noticed and talked and saw so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to everything. Let me know what you guys are interested in most. What's your next upcoming game you're getting? Are you guys excited for like Borderlands 4, Dying Light the Beast, Ghost of Yotei, Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered? Do you guys think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 is going to get revealed this month? Or you guys think that's the Game Awards? Or you guys think it's too early? You think it's going to be like a 2028, 2029 game? Maybe we're not going to get revealed until 2026. Like, it will suck because I'd be in my 40s when that game comes out, sadly. Or close to my 40, I should say. And I've been on this journey for a long time. I've been being a YouTuber, a content creator for over 5 years, and I appreciate you guys' love and support. It's just like this journey I'm on with FF7 Remake series. It's been a long time coming, and it's gonna be sad to see it come and go. Like, that's gonna be like the last major project in FF7 they're ever gonna do. They're gonna cover FF7 as a whole, still with other expanded lore. But like, as far as these beloved characters, once Part 3's trailer comes out and we start getting, the marketing, it's gonna hit a lot of people. This is gonna be the last hurrah, the swan song by Creative Business Unit 1 of Square Enix. And I know some people are not very big fans of FF7 Remake Trilogy. They think it's just a cash grab. But look, if you want to get all 3 games, just get the triple pack they'll have at launch. And it's been a wonderful journey. It's been a long journey, and I just want to end it off on FF7 because my love for FF7 is deep. I've been around with these characters for so long, and they've been part of my life since 1998 when I was able to get a PS1, and after watching my cousin play it, as you can tell, it's hitting me a little bit because the journey's come to an end. It's come to an end, and yeah, it's starting to hit me deep, and yeah, it's just one of my favorite games of all time. It hit me as a kid. Love Cloud, I love him as a character, and I wish people understand him more, and just like the shipping wars and stuff like that on Twitter is just like, and you got people that just trying to twist the characterization of these characters, especially Cloud, and like some will treat him like crap, just because you're shipping wars. I don't want to go in that whole community. That's just like, you guys know why Cloud is my favorite character of all time. Just the struggles he faces, like especially in Remake and Rebirth, like him talking to Tifa, and like just seeing how well they handle his character. And I can't wait till Part 3 when his arc comes to a conclusion and you just sit there and just, wow. Like, those of you that know, like, Cloud is one of my favorite characters because, you know what, he resonates with a lot of people. Like, it was his struggles and trying to find out who he is, and the whole unreliable narrator. I'm not gonna go on too much spoilers of that, but yeah, trust me, Part 3 is gonna be off the rails, and I hope they do nail his arc. I know they will, because a lot of devs said the live stream sequence in FF7 is one of their favorite scenes of all time in FF7. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. I've been talking for over 49 minutes, and I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. If you guys want more, like, just a passionate talk about FF7, video games as a whole, and these upcoming game bangers we got, and these showcases, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Links in the description below, my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. You guys know what to do. I'm not going to repeat it. And I thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And let's try to get the 500 subscribers by the end of this year if we can. It means a ton. I know I want to start pushing affiliate on YouTube and start streaming on Twitch, which I will be for Dying Light the Beast. When that launches, I'll download it, and then probably that night I'll stream it for a while, and I can't wait. And anyways, I'm gonna leave you here. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Be nice to each other, and keep on keeping on. I'll catch you all on the next video. Take care.